stuff at the creatures that you're fighting. You don't get enough time to read these hints. What the fuck is this? Hey, Satan.
Thou hast fled.
What the?
Thou didst hold the power to face the necromancers, yet thou didst flee.
I had no choice.
No choice. Hast thou even thought of choosing? Thou art fled like a thief, and thou hast left me, a shadow of myself, trapped here in this
You know, Satan,
prison.
that wasn't exactly my choice.
I did not create this situation. I'm not even sure I understand what has happened.
The hour for questions is past. Thou must act. It is I who will suffer for thy cowardice. I who will pay for thine fault. I who will face extinction. And if I must die, if the flame is extinguished, our world will die as well.
Satan, I don't know what you're
I
talking
will
about.
not let the flame die. I am in a war against these necromancers, and at last I have the power to fight them.
What dost thou hope to accomplish in this ridiculous human shell? As it is now, it is useless to us. The flame.
Is this like
not
Venom?
call
He's saying
for
us.
viewing infants.
Should I just call
It
us
exists
Venom?
to reign.
Are you a
Its
symbiote?
power must not be stolen from me. We must reconquer the world heart as swiftly as we may.
Hey, Vulcan, enough of your daydreaming. Move your ass, huh?
Buffalo.
So is that in his mind, or was he seeing just a vision of Satan right in front of him? I would try to read that, but I have a feeling it's gonna fucking be over before I even get halfway done, so I'm not gonna even try.
Vulcan, you hear me? Pull your finger out.
Out of what? Bitch.
Huh? Yeah, I hear you. My head feels like a bomb went off in it.
Well, shake it off.
What? Oh, what is with your face? Oh!
Swamp, but I'm not gonna carry you all the way to the village.
Ugh.
Anyway, how come Hawk isn't the one with me here? He's the lead scout. I always go with him.
Hawk is covering the back of the line. So this time, I'm the one who goes with you.
Your face is...
You'll get over it.
looks weird and awkward. Ugh.
Why do I get the feeling I'm under surveillance?
You think nobody noticed your little stunt at the temple? Damn right we're watching you. Now shut your trap and keep an eye on our perimeter, while I keep an eye on you.
And while the captain has a nice chat about me with the red scribes.
It'll be a lot easier to talk to those two-faced snakes without you hanging around. Don't worry about it. He'll tell you what you need to know.
Fucking
And
better.
if he doesn't tell you, then I will.
Thanks, Sarge.
Let's get moving before everybody catches up.
I do what I want.
You lot are about as discreet as a herd of hunchbacks.
Hey, Legolas.
I thought that elves were supposed to have superior eyesight. Do we look like stiffs to you, dickhead?
Ooh.
Not yet. But with an arrow sticking out of your throat, I'm certain that even a chatterbox like you could do a passable impression.
And you'd be the next one down.
Possibly. Perhaps I should aim for the largest target first.
Ah!
Not if you wanna
Largest
keep both your balls.
targets, though. You can aim for my wee wee then, because that's the largest
Yeah.
thing I got.
Buffalo in person. Well, that's a good sign.
What's going on here?
Oh, Captain, how you doing there, mate?
Who's the scrag with the pointy ears?
Thanks for noticing. I try to keep them sharp. I am called Relmar. And I gather the red-faced fat belly with the filthy beard is none other than the famous Elric, leader of the Freeborn Blades.
They call me the captain.
Or the Freeborn Blades
Captain,
call you Captain Elric.
Sparrow, mate.
I have no doubt that they do. As for me, I've never had much interest in titles or in military protocol. I judge people by their deeds.
Huh. 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 We'll go with this.
His rank was granted in the field. You seem like you know enough about the Freeborn Blades to know what that means.
I have enough knowledge of your history to know that your leader has made a name for himself. So, yes, call him what you will. The fact that he is your captain concerns only you and those availing themselves of your services.
That's enough. We're not going to stand
Relmar
here
does not give
bullshitting
two
all night.
shits about you,
Just
Captain.
what the fuck are you doing here, Relmar, you horse-tongued bastard?
Looking for you? Well, I began by searching for the Red Scribes. Prince Arundel is wounded. We had to withdraw to Valvanor, where I learned that you were expected. I just wanted to make sure you found your way there.
This is not my first walk in the wilds, arsewipe. As you can see,
Arse.
the right path, and we've
Arse.
nearly reached our destination.
Captain, those creatures I told you about this morning are gathering nearby. They're probably getting ready to attack us.
Ah, well those are called chrysalids. They wait until they have gathered enough numbers, and then they overwhelm you. And it would seem your little group is attracting a whole swarm to the village.
Well, we'll give them a welcome.
Actually, in spite of themselves, these creatures do an excellent job of keeping Deadwalker scouts away without raising any suspicions. If we allow them to gather here and then massacre them, I fear we'll be moving their territory a bit too close to Valvanor, which will lead to our being discovered sooner or later. I suggest we send 1 or 2 men back. This will keep them separated and occupied while the rest make it to the village. I'm ready to volunteer, if you fear I might try and slip away. I know the area well.
Sounds like a plan to me. Vulcan, you're on it.
I
Isa!
want to go too. The animals and plants in this swamp are extraordinary. And the venom of these chrysalids seems very interesting. I'd love to get a chance to observe them more closely.
Sybil,
Very
that is
ordinary.
out of the question. Have you lost your mind? It's too dangerous.
La tatini mini money mo that tag about tell every island let him go la da 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 da. Right.
This is brave of you, little girl, and I'm sure you fight well. But on this little walkabout, you better let somebody who knows the area lead the way. Hey, Relmar, if you feel up to facing a few bug-eyed freaks, let's get going.
By all means. Don't forget, I'm the one with the pointy ears.
Isa!
All right, we'll see you in the village. No dicking around, Vulcan.
No dicking around, Captain.
No dicking around, but can I whip my dick out? Pyromancer. Oh. But I don't really plan on using much of my fire skills, so guess I'll just fine. I'll put 1 in there. Why not? Oh, look at you! You're actually here. Hey, let's talk.
Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes?
I have a few questions I need to ask you.
Let's get to know more about our elf.
Elves are pretty rare. I haven't had the chance to talk to many. Can you tell me more about your people?
We are born in the trees, eat only seeds, and we spend all the livelong day singing.
I get the feeling you're fucking with me.
Perish the thought. Well, it's just that we aren't that different from you humans, despite what one hears. Our civilization is obviously a bit older, so we have had the time to learn from our mistakes. We don't really live in the same rhythm as you do. We move a little slower, and most of us are prone to having at least some respect for the past. This is the reason why we never destroy anything, that we prefer to build on top of things.
Immortal? Okay.
I've heard that you are immortal.
That joke has lived for 15 generations. I will never get tired of it. No, we're not immortal. We live long lives, though. Much longer than you. We are resistant to poisons, rotten food, and toxic body odor, apparently.
Are you saying that I
these things
stink?
do not make us immortal.
You just indirectly tell me that I stink.
Don't elves ever make war?
You piece of shit,
That's an
fucking
impression we
realm.
like to give other people.
Mark,
The fact
same
is, we
fucking
do
difference.
go to war, just never against each other. You must understand that, given our long lifetimes, battles are fairly futile. This may well be what has motivated the choices of our king concerning the Ice Lords.
Jokes are looking one
But we
down
certainly
there.
know how to fight, and you'll see proof of that soon enough.
So it's the prince who gives the orders.
The word orders may not be the best one. We do not submit nor obey easily. Our kings are a reference, wise men who can point out the way. They tend to guide us rather than give us orders. But to answer your question, it is his father the king who is the leader of our people.
Where are you from, bitch?
You seem different from the other elves I've met. Where are you from?
Really? I seem different. And yet I have such pointy ears. And if you really want to know, I actually
You could
come from
say
one
with
of the
those
most ancient
pointy
and noble
ears, he
houses
seems a
that
little
exists.
horny.
I'm even linked to the royal family. But I can assure you that I'm sufficiently far down the line of succession to be in no danger of being crowned. And my reputation is no help either.
As far as bad reputations go, every mercenary has got one, so we're used to it.
Let's just say that I got into enough trouble to eventually be considered a traitor to my people. When I got involved in the war, I disagreed with decisions made by the king. He thought that this war, like so many others, would not last. That the conquests won by the Ice Lords would melt away like all the human victories before them had. But I thought differently. Right from the start of hostilities, I began to requisition certain resources I felt necessary for those doing the fighting. More food, more weapons, better armor. When my people discovered what I'd done, I was declared an outlaw, and many saw me as a thief. Which, in a manner of speaking, I guess I was.
So from my understanding, he tried to help out the people fighting it, and then they gave him the big old middle finger.
A bunch of cowards. If they had listened to you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
I've been telling myself that for years. But I do understand their point of view. It is flawed, but not entirely thoughtless. They have had some time to prepare their forces and to learn the strengths and weaknesses of the Deadwalker army. This knowledge might allow us to turn the tide of the war, even if it does seem too little too late at this point.
Ah, you're an outcast, you poor, poor man.
Do you know these swamps?
I've been in this area long enough to have explored a fair amount of it, actually. The region is rather inhospitable, which I suppose is a good thing under the present circumstances.
A good thing? You're out of your mind.
These swamps are a labyrinth. The Deadwalker scouts will never be autonomous enough to find their way to the village by themselves.
Stop using big
That means
words,
we
I
should
don't
be
understand
fairly
you.
safe for the moment. At least until a general or an Ice Lord comes to town.
Except that recently, there has been a change in these swamplands. And I must admit that I no longer feel safe at all.
What do you mean?
Something is affecting the swamplands, corrupting the vegetation and the animals. And I have no idea what it is.
Probably my Satan voice
But
in my
anything
head.
that grows or lives here could become a threat. So I strongly recommend that you watch where you put your feet.
Oh, God forbid me step on a rock and goddamn
Let's
Geodude
change the
pops out.
subject. Let's move on.
Look at this rock. I sure hope Geodude doesn't fucking touch me. Oh God. Oh God. God forbid Geodude touch me. Can I go back?
Not this way.
Nope. Oh.
Not going back to that temple.
Behind us!
Oh, spiders. 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 Wait, these aren't spiders. These are bugs. You're getting your ass beat, bro. Hadouken. How? Okay, you seem more of an archer. You have a bow and arrow. Maybe you could just stay back. Okay, you have a bow and arrow, which means you need to stay back, so we need to adjust your combat tactics after this. I'm getting tired of... Oh, I'm about to die. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we need to adjust your combat tactics. You have a bow and arrow. You fucking stay in the back. Pick up my goodies. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk.
Relmar,
Yes?
we need to adjust.
What would you like me to do?
Be more defensively.
Think about protecting yourself in combat.
Because you just got
Stay
your
more
ass
defensive.
royally handed to you.
That's not really my preferred style, but I'll try to be more careful.
You just got your ass handed to you, and it's not your preferred style. I don't need you dying on me, you asshole.